Now, back to the HaneyBiz Project with investorpreneur Mark Haney.
Welcome back to the HaneyBiz Project, brought to you courtesy of accounting firm Clifton Larson Allen. I'm Mark Haney, and I'm joined by my partner in marketing, Mito Eldon. How you doing, Mito?
I'm good, Mark. How you doing?
I'm doing outstanding, and today we are talking about leadership and influence. In my mind, leadership and influence, they go hand in hand, and marketing and influence go hand in hand, and you're an expert in this realm. Talk to us about how you view leadership and influence it relates to marketing.
Well, when we talk to businesses that come in here, we always try and find out what is the thing that they're trying to do with their company. They're trying to improve someone's life. They're trying to make a difference. Every product changes something for somebody. And their ability to communicate how their products or services change other people's lives, that's the essence of leadership. So what we do here at HaneyBiz Marketing is we try and find out how they do that and to amplify that message.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times it's the way we communicate. It's the message itself, but it's also the way we communicate, right? It's the content in marketing, but it's also how we deliver that content, how we distribute that content. Now, there's some messaging, there's some leadership that tends to kind of catch fire and go viral. How does that happen?
Well, we've had social media going here for about 10 years, but we're really kind of entering into a new era. The whole social media world, it's kind of becoming the new television. I mean, it's like how everybody gets their entertainment. It's how they get their information. It's just become part of the fabric of our life. And unlike TV, the content which is that is impactful on social media is content that has an emotional impact. It cuts through. So
something that somebody can connect to. Now, describe to me, so if I'm watching something on YouTube, last week we had Jeff Rizzo on the show, and he's a YouTube sensation. He's connecting to people who are trying to decide what kind of fitness wear they might want to utilize. How does somebody connect in a way that gets emotion?
Right, and I'd say that Jeff Rizzo is a total pro at what he does, and if you ever watch his podcast, he doesn't just come out and say, this product does this or this or this. He tells a story. He tells a story about how the product is used in someone's life, and the thing is, telling stories is a way to bypass our logical filter. You can convey information in a way that people don't block when you put it in the form of a story.
Interesting, because I always felt like storytelling made things sort of more shareable, right? If you tell me a bunch of facts and figures, I may or may not remember them, and they may be difficult for me to share. But if you tell me a story that gets my emotion going, that is memorable for me, I can probably retell that story. Maybe not as well as you did, but it sort of gives it handles, if you will. I find a way to pass that story on, make it shareable, if you will. Is that where you're coming in?
Exactly, and especially on social media, because the ability to share is built right in. It's a button. And so if you create something that people enjoy and they connect to, you're just a button away from having that go to other customers that you didn't have to pay for.
Yeah.
That's where the gold is.
And if we're marketing, I've seen a lot of advertisements where people get on the screen. It could be on TV, it could be on the radio, and talk about how great they are and how their products are so game changing. But what I've seen in terms of stories and effectiveness is when we make our customer the hero, right? If we can share the story of our customer, the before, the after, and put the customer as the hero, it's so much more effective.
Absolutely, because I don't care about your company or your service. I care about what your company or service is going to do for me. So if I hear how you've helped somebody else, that's going to be a lot more impactful. I'm going to listen to that. It's going to have a lot more credibility for me.
Yeah, so if you advertise something that doesn't have, you use the term help me. So they need to have some kind of practical value. Right?
Yes.
So you can't just put out a video for no apparent reason. It's not going to get shared because people want to help their friends, and they might end up sharing it or passing that story along if it's helpful.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ways that you can help someone out. You can either entertain them or you can educate them. And a lot of times you want to kind of mix it up. Sometimes you put stuff out there that's, very designed to kind of help them do specifically what your product or service does. And sometimes you're just trying to lighten up their day and make them smile.
Yeah, and I think about things going viral, and a good friend of ours, John Allard, just had prostate surgery, and our heart goes out for John, and in our prayers. But it may, you can see I'm growing out my mustache. I don't know if you can see that, because the month of November is Movember. It's mustache month, and so I'm trying to regrow the '70s mustache. And that all started. It started somewhere. My understanding is it started from a group of guys in Australia who decided they were going to. There's so many causes out there. There's a lot of initiatives that are out there for breast cancer and female things and other things, but there's nothing out there for the guys. And so these guys in Australia decided to grow out their mustaches, and somehow that went viral. Here we are in the United States years later, and I'm trying to grow out a mustache.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't go out there and say, you need to support prostate cancer survivors.
Right.
They didn't just say that, because that would have not gone anywhere. What they did is they came up with this idea, the story of everybody growing their mustache in November. And look, here we are in California, and you're doing it.
Kind of made it a fun game, right?
Right.
They've kind of turned it into a game. I'll grow my mustache if you grow yours, and that kind of thing. For fun, but yet it raises awareness that, hey, we have some serious health issues that we need to address in the world.
Right. And there was also the one with the ice bath recently.
Okay.
Where
I don't know about that one.
They were doing the ice bath.
Oh, yes, the ice. Yeah, that went viral. I even got in on that and dumped ice all over myself. And just thinking about sharing these, it was cold. It was not fun, but, my grandkids, I think, needed to see Grandpa get wet and, for a good cause. But, thinking about that and sharing our story and leading, what can we do as business owners to make our message go viral, if you will? We talked about the content, but what about where we deliver it and how we deliver it? You're talking about social media. I mean, there's different places where you share this stuff.
Right. I mean, the answer to the question is, where's your audience?
Okay.
And Facebook right now is the easiest way, the most cost-effective way to find your audience. And what's great is that there is actually a repeatable, scalable process that you can implement right now, and you can actually reach your audience and be, a leader for them and have them respond to you.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be running an Entrepreneurs Unleashed event here at HaneyBiz on January 18th. So it's a couple months away, but we're going to be talking about marketing and growing our businesses. This is a great chance for you to come out, meet Mito in person. If you want a little more Mark Haney, that's a good time to come out and visit me. And we're going to be sharing stories of how to grow your business. Every business needs to find its secret weapon, its messaging, and how to deliver it. We're going to be helping out at that time. This is also a chance for me now to thank our sponsors. I got Marcus on the other end of Facebook Live there. He is usually our sponsor guy, but I'm going to jump in for him. And thank Five Star Bank, the Entrepreneurs Bank, along with Silvers HR, Kim Silvers, our good friend, people who are helping the entrepreneurial community to grow. When we come back, I will share some closing thoughts, some takeaways about leadership. Join the revolution at HaneyBiz.com, courtesy of Ethan Conrad Properties and financial advisors, Stifel Financial. This is the HaneyBiz Project.